So you've seen the property, you liked it, and you finally paid the developer, and they told you delivery is in 12 months. Just double that time frame in your head. So today we are talking about a very important topic. In fact, it is a major pain point in real estate, and that is the predictable property delays in delivery. Truth is, delivery aren't just common, but they are almost guaranteed in some parts of Lagos, Abuja, or wherever it is that you are. But there is a huge difference between being surprised by it and knowing how to plan smart around it. So that is essentially what I'm educating you on this night. So make sure you watch this video till the end. Hear me, off-plan property is not a bad investment to put your money into, but you just need to do it the right way. You need to consult the right people. You need to equip yourself with important information. You need to watch videos online, because there are a lot of people like myself trying so hard to educate the general public online. So you can easily look up for this content so that you're able to educate yourself and you don't make the wrong decision whenever it is that you want to buy a property. So if this is your first time on this channel, or if this is your first time seeing my video, let me properly introduce myself. My name is Olabode Habib, and I help investors, I help people, I help the general public make smart moves whenever it is that they want to buy a property, either an off-plan property or a ready-to-build land or fully built in Lagos or wherever it is that you want to buy in Nigeria. So I help people make the right decision so that they buy with clarity and not confusion. So if you are yet to subscribe on this channel, make sure you do that now and put on the notification bar so that you are the first to know whenever we drop our next content, because we drop new videos every week. So make sure you don't miss out on any of our updates, and don't forget to also like this video and share to your friends, to people that you think that they might benefit from this. So let's get into the topic of today. The major mistake that most investors make is believing that the timeline is fixed. Yes, people believe that when the developer tells them that, okay, yes, you bought this property and we are going to deliver to you in 12 months. So they believe that, okay, yes, 12 months is 12 months. And in this part of the world, in this, especially in Nigeria, in Lagos to be precise, it is not always like that. Although not all developers that really wish to deliver late, it is not all developers that have the bad mind, that have the bad intentions, but Nigeria will just always happen. Let me put it that way. So these are the major challenges that developers make them not to deliver these off-plan properties on time. So the reasons why delays happen, especially in this part of the world, is getting is the time frame in getting building approvals or permits. Even some big developers get stuck in the process of getting building approvals or getting to clarify their title documents before they are able to continue their building construction. So this can actually cause delays in delivery, because trust me, get building approval in Lagos is no joke. And another thing that can cause delays in delivery is the inflation rate. If the inflation rate is high, it has a huge impact on the cost of materials being used to build the home, and at the same time it causes these major property delays that happens. So if, for example, I think 2023 they are about cement was selling for something around 3,000 naira, and now we have it's selling for around 10,000 naira and above. Imagine developers that started building off plans at that time, and they have time frame. They have 2 years time frame to deliver. So just look at it in that sense. They might be forced to stop, or they might be forced to increase their pricing. In fact, some investors would have even finished their payments and they are still building their house. So this can actually cause delays in property. So it now depends on the kind of developer as well. So that is why it's always important to know who you are working with. In fact, some developers can be forced to, stop the building, and they can. I heard of a scenario where a developer abandoned a project like that and flew out of the country with his family, left a lot of investors in regret. So some people can go as far as doing that, and some people, can still try to launch another project, probably maybe a land development. They can launch a new project on land. In emerging areas, doesn't require, much development. It doesn't require a lot of money to develop them. So when they go into this, they are able to generate funds and push it into the off plan. So when they push it and they start building little by little, they are able to get more money from investors. So people actually want to see the progress of what you are building. So if people see that, okay, yes, you're actually working on the property, and you keep building, more people are going to be buying, and they are, the payments are always in installments. So more people will be buying, more people will be making their deposits. So that is actually what happens with delays. So when you are into an off-plan project and it gets to a time when where the developer stop and they go ahead to launch another project, probably maybe a land development, so you should know that that is what they are trying to do. And if you are working with the right developer, trust me, you are definitely going to get your unit delivered to you. So another thing that can cause delays in delivery is labor shortage. Skilled workers come and go. Some developers cannot even keep a steady team on site because of their pricing. So that can in turn cause delays in delivery. And another thing as well is over promising. Some developers intentionally set short time frame that they know that they obviously cannot deliver. They set it as a bait to lure people in, to make people key into the project. When people get sweet offers, when they see sweet deals, they want to key into, they want to be part of it. So some developers want to take advantage of the investors by doing this, which is a very bad act. It's very bad act. So they do this very well, where you are just going to get all the sweet deals on paper, and it is another thing in reality. So in fact, we've seen a lot of projects in Gotedo, all those places, in Lagos State, 2 years delivery time frame, and until today, those projects are still blocks without windows and doors. So it is very sad, and it is bad. It is a bad thing for developers, to do. So that can in turn also cause delays in delivery. So now let me tell you how you can avoid these things so that you don't get shocked in the process of buying, an off-plan project in Lagos, Nigeria, or anywhere in Nigeria. Number one thing, I've always said this. There was a video I dropped recently about, the common mistakes that people make when buying off-plan property. I talked about this major point, which is checking into the developer's track record. It is very important, even not just off plan, but whenever you want to buy any property, whether a ready to build land property or a fully built home or an off plan project. So when you look into the developer's track record, you know that okay, yes, actually in business, and this person has good intention. If they have developed a property or a project before in the past, and all these things, you essentially don't need much to know about these things. Yes, like I said, I will always say you can actually check up on anybody online. You can go to their social media platforms. You can go to X, formerly known as Twitter. You can just search some words about them. You can put in the company's name. People will always drop reviews online. So hear what the people are saying about them before you go ahead, to invest with them. So one of the ways you can avoid this is when you look into the developer's track record. Another thing is, do not sell your current home or move out too soon. Some people, they might be living in maybe probably a rented apartment, or maybe they want to relocate from maybe outside Lagos and they want to move into Lagos. So they know that in their mind they have already keyed into an off-plan property and the developer has promised them 6 months. Because of that, they've already told their landlord or wherever it is that they are staying that I don't want to renew my rent again. I'm already moving to my own house and everything. So 6 month time, the developer is supposed to deliver, but they are finding it difficult to deliver. So this can actually cause a lot of people homeless. So it's better to, you know, not to rely on the developer's time frame. That's why I said at the beginning of this video that when they promise you 12 months, just have it at the back of your mind that it is actually double of that 12 months, probably maybe 24 months or maybe 18 months. Just have that in mind. Yes. So rely on it too much. Don't, because you already have a planned time frame that you want to move into your planned project. Developer can fuck you up. So make sure you avoid this so that you do not make that same mistake that some people have made in the past, and that is essentially why we are making these videos to educate you online. Delays can be frustrating, but they are not unpredictable, especially in this part of Nigeria. Yes, so you should just, it is better to just get prepared for it and plan yourself towards it so that you don't get surprised by it. So if you plan smart and don't make assumptions, you save yourself from a lot of stress, and embarrassment and whatever financial headaches that might happen. So it is better to know all these things before getting into off-plan property investment. So if there's anyone watching this video that has experienced delays in maybe probably an off-plan project that they key into, or they know somebody that have experienced such delays, so I would love you to actually drop a comment so that others can as well learn from your story, because this video that I'm making right now is actually based on my experience in the field, and it is based on my clients experience, my client stories, people's stories, and all that. So I would highly appreciate it if you can drop in the comment section your experience about the major property delays that might have come your way. Also, I want to say a very big thank you for everybody watching my video. I want to say a very big thank you, and don't forget to always share my content with your loved ones, and to people that you think that they might want to benefit from it. And as well, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because next week we are talking about a very important topic in real estate that you don't want to miss out on. So once again, I'm Olabode Habib, and I'm your trusted real estate guy. Greatness forever. I'll see you next week when I drop my next video. Bye.